Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Aging in Place Directory podcast. I'm Esther Kane. I am your host. Today, I am going to do something a little different. I have a horrible sore throat, trying to get over this cold, flu, whatever it is. And so I wanted to do something a little different. This new technology came out. It's an AI program that reads information you put in it. You can type a script, you can copy and paste an article, whatever. And then what it does is it generates a conversational summary or review of that information. And it's two people, a man and a woman, completely AI generated. It's quite amazing when you listen to it. One, it doesn't sound AI generated. And two, they do really a very good job of reviewing the information you put in there. So I thought, well, since I can't speak for very long or very well at this point, that might be something interesting to do. So that's what I'm going to do right now. The article is Where to Find No-Cost Home Upgrades for Aging in Place. So I hope you enjoy it. Please let us know in your comments. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, our podcast channel. And I look forward very much to your comments about this new technology and about the article itself. Worked very hard to find information on how to find funding for aging in place projects that we are all promoting and that we know a lot of older adults need. All right, my voice is going, so I hope I will see you next time with a better voice. Take care. Bye.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a deep dive on a topic we know you're interested in, making your home safer and more livable as you get older, all without spending a fortune. Focusing on no-cost solutions is really smart because seriously, there are so many resources out there that people don't even know about. You could save thousands of dollars, and the best part is, you don't have to figure this out on your own. We're going to uncover those hidden gems in government-funded programs, and then we'll dive into the amazing support that's out there from nonprofits.
It's funny how many people just assume these programs are too good to be true.
Right.
But the truth is, the government actually has a vested interest in helping seniors stay in their own homes. When you think about it, the costs of assisted living or long-term care, it's astronomical.
Oh, absolutely.
It makes way more sense financially and personally to give seniors the means to live on their own for as long as possible.
Okay, so let's talk about these government programs. I know what some of you might be thinking, paperwork, headaches, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
But trust me, some of these programs are much easier to use than you might think, and they have really great benefits. Let's take HUD home improvement loans as an example. Now, we're not talking about taking on a whole new mortgage here.
Right.
This program, especially the one for existing homeowners like yourselves, it can give you access to low interest rates or even grants to make your home safer and easier to get around in.
And that's huge for a lot of seniors. Suddenly, things like ramps or walk-in showers or even just sturdy handrails, those essential upgrades that seemed out of reach, they become attainable.
Yeah, that's got to be a game changer for people.
Yeah, but you're right, eligibility is key. There are usually income-based guidelines, and they can change from one place to another.
Right.
That's why it's super important to reach out to your local HUD office. They can give you the specifics, answer any questions, and really see what you qualify for.
Yeah, it's like having a personal guide through the whole world of government programs. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Your location can actually open up even more doors, especially if you're in a rural area.
Absolutely. For anyone listening who might be thinking, well, I'm out in the sticks, these programs don't apply to me, that's not true at all.
Right.
The USDA has something called Rural Development Grants, and one of their programs is specifically for low-income seniors living in rural communities. They offer assistance with essential home repairs.
So even if you're miles from a city, there's still help available. Imagine needing safety upgrades like grab bars or better lighting, but feeling like you're on your own out there.
Right.
This program shows that you don't have to go it alone.
And don't forget about all the state and local initiatives out there. They can be invaluable. Area agencies on aging, for example, they're like hubs for senior resources in a lot of communities.
Oh, interesting.
You can think of them as your local senior center, but with even more to offer, more resources, more expertise. They might have funds specifically for home modifications, or they can connect you with contractors who give discounts to seniors.
That's incredible. So many people have no idea those local resources even exist. And then there's community development block grants. Now, these are interesting because they can be used for a lot of different community projects. And sometimes that includes, you guessed it, home improvements for seniors.
Exactly. The main thing to remember here is to be proactive. Don't assume you already know everything that's out there. Do some research, make a few calls, connect with local officials or your senior center. You might be surprised at what you find, those hidden gems, right in your own backyard.
I love that, hidden gems. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here with these government programs, but now I want to shift gears a bit and talk about the incredible work that nonprofit organizations are doing. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here with these government programs, but now I want to shift gears a bit and talk about the incredible work that nonprofit organizations are doing. These groups, they're often working with very limited resources,
Right.
but the impact they have, it's just amazing.
It really is. It's really heartwarming to see how dedicated these organizations are, the compassion they bring to their work. They're not in it for the money, that's for sure. It's all about genuinely wanting to help seniors stay in their homes with dignity, with their independence intact.
Exactly. They get it,
Yeah.
They understand that a safe and comfortable home, it's more than just walls and a roof. It's a sanctuary, a place where you feel comfortable, familiar. And they're going above and beyond to make sure that seniors can stay in those homes for as long as possible. One organization that really stood out to me when I was doing research for this was Rebuilding Together. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Oh, absolutely. They're an amazing organization. They provide these free, large-scale home modifications. And we're not just talking about swapping out a doorknob here.
Right.
We're talking about things like ramps, grab bars, stair lifts even, the kinds of changes that can make a world of difference in a senior's life, how they experience their home every day.
It's incredible to think that something as simple as a grab bar in the bathroom can be so transformative, but it's true. It can be the difference between feeling confident and independent at home and feeling afraid, unsure of yourself.
Absolutely. And I love that they look at the whole picture. They don't just focus on one area of the home. They think about the entire living space and try to identify anything that could be dangerous or any area where modifications could make things safer, easier for people to get around.
Oh, wow.
I remember reading about this woman, I think her name was Sarah, who was about to move into assisted living because she couldn't get up and down her stairs safely anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but then Rebuilding Together stepped in. They installed a stair lift, and she says it's like she has her freedom back.
That's incredible. I love hearing stories like that. It really shows you the power of these organizations. They're not just fixing up houses, they're rebuilding lives.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's Habitat for Humanity, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. Most people associate them with, building homes from the ground up, which is incredible, of course. But a lot of their local chapters have started doing senior-specific repairs as well, which is something that not everyone knows.
Oh, that's right. I remember reading about that. So even if they're not building a brand new house for you, they still might be able to help with those essential modifications that make it possible to age in place.
Exactly. And they often have great relationships with local contractors and suppliers, so they can usually get discounts and make your budget stretch even further.
That's amazing. So it's always worth reaching out to your local Habitat for Humanity chapter just to see what they offer in your area.
Absolutely. And, don't discount those smaller community organizations and faith-based groups either. They might not have the same resources as a big national organization, but they often have so much heart, and they're always eager to help out with smaller projects.
That's so true. Sometimes it's those smaller gestures that make the biggest difference.
Mm.
I think it's important to remember that we can tap into that community spirit. You're not alone in this journey. So we've uncovered a goldmine of resources today. Everything from these government programs to these nonprofits that are so passionate about helping seniors make their homes work for them.
It really is encouraging.
It is. But I also know that, all this talk about eligibility and applications, it can be a little overwhelming, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's easy to feel intimidated by all the paperwork and stuff, but it's important to remember these programs are meant to help, not to make life harder.
Right, exactly. So let's break it down a little for our listeners, make it a little less intimidating. What are some common things that people should be prepared for when they're actually applying for these programs?
Well, generally speaking, most programs are going to be looking for the same basic things: age, income verification, and proof that you own your home.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, those are pretty standard requirements across the board. Now, of course, the details, like the actual age cutoff or what the income limits are, those are going to vary from one program to the next.
Right.
So you definitely want to read those guidelines really carefully for any program you're considering.
Right. Don't just assume that you know how it works. based on something you heard somewhere.
Exactly.
Make sure you do your research, double-check all those details.
Absolutely. Once you've found a few programs that seem like a good fit, then it's time to gather all the documentation.
Okay, so let's talk paperwork for a minute.
Yeah.
What kind of documents should people have ready to go to make this whole process as painless as possible?
Well, the must-haves are usually going to be your birth certificate, of course, so you can prove your age. Then income statements or tax returns to verify your income, and something to show proof of home ownership. So that could be a deed, a mortgage statement, anything like that. Again, always double-check those specific requirements for each program.
Right, of course. Now, this might seem obvious, but just to be clear, should people have all of this stuff gathered up before they even start filling out applications?
Oh, absolutely. Being organized from the start can save you so much time and hassle in the long run.
I bet. I'm sure those program administrators have seen it all, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
They must really appreciate it when people come prepared.
Oh, yeah.
So, just a recap for everyone listening. Research those programs thoroughly, gather all your documents, and then you can tackle those applications with confidence.
Exactly. You got this.
I love it. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to remember that even small changes, things like adding a grab bar or putting in some brighter lights, these can make a huge difference in a senior's life. And the fact that these resources exist, that they're free, it's pretty amazing.
It really is. Aging in place is about more than just staying in the same house. It's about being comfortable in your own home, feeling safe, being able to keep your independence. It's about being in control of your life and enjoying those golden years to the fullest.
That's beautifully said. And on that note, I'll leave you with this final thought. What one small change could make the biggest difference in your home? For your safety, your happiness, your loved one's well-being, it's something to think about as you begin this journey of creating a home that truly meets your needs. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone. Until next time, take care.